And it's time for us to get Southern Mallee Giants and Coleman Schache, the co-coach, out on the farm. Probably got that roller going while we speak. He's out there making sure that the crop doesn't blow away, I would say. He joins us now. Hey, Coleman, how are you?
Yeah, going well, thanks, Flo, man.
Yeah, a bit of rolling going on. I'll tell you what, there wouldn't be too much of that at the footy training with the groups having to get into separate areas and so forth to meet the conditions. How did it all go this week?
Yeah, training is normal, actually, apart from on the training track. That was all good. We could do what we wanted to there, but unfortunately we couldn't have the crowd at training and get all the locals around and have a barbecue and a few beers afterwards. So hopefully that's all back in action next week and, yeah, a bit of normality.
Bit of normality, but you are back on the park. I guess that's the first thing to mention. You've got to go down to Coghlan at Horsham. It's a situation where, like in the morning, for instance, you've got the little kids, the under-12s, and then there's the under-14s that'll be at 10 o'clock. Reserves are at 12:15 and seniors 2:25. There are a whole range of, rules that have been put in place. So parents with just one parent allowed, and that after the game they've got to pick them up and have to leave so that they can get the 150 met, and with the restrictions in the ground in terms of, I think, between netball and football ovals and so forth. So there is going to be some very important rules that will play out in this particular game at Coghlan Park.
Yeah, there is. And to be honest, I don't have my finger on the pulse there. I don't know 100% when all the times are, but I know Georgia, Nikki and Sputter, the presidents, they've all got it up on Facebook. So you can access it, to find out when the times are and all that.
You certainly can. Netballers, you can go in Robinson Street entrance, and footballers in the Hamilton Street entrance, and where Coleman Schache will be most of the time at the canteen or the coffee van, that is through the Hamilton Street entrance. The gate is at Hamilton Street for the charge, but of course, very important, just one parent for juniors, bringing the juniors along to those footy and netball games. And now, Coleman, talking about the games, how has the Melbourne situation for player movement affected the Southern Mallee Giants? In terms of your senior side, have you lost any players that just simply aren't allowed to travel out of Melbourne?
Yes, no, definitely affected by that. So there's a couple of boys, Nick Dinham and Jimmy Ray. They're unavailable due to the restrictions put on Melbourne. There's also a couple of boys as well, Lucas Cook and Fabian down there. They're out with injured as well, so it doesn't really affect them. But and a couple of reserves boys in Dylan Turnbull and Michael Saunders. So unfortunately, that cuts into our depth a bit. But talking around a few other teams and that up in Mildura way as well, there's a lot of teams affected by those restrictions. So we're not the only ones.
No, certainly not. And, of course, you've got a couple of good players in Cole, but he comes back in, and I reckon Kara is the other one you've brought back in, who I reckon he had an absolute belter of a game and then went back to the reserves the next week. So there are a couple of big ins. I did have it on good authority that Taylor Donnan was running around with all the restrictions on. He was doing his one-on-one training, just Taylor running, trying to run up to your farm area, running past it even, so that he could show the coach that he wants to be picked in the seniors. So he didn't make the cut this week, even with the Melbourne players out.
No, unfortunately not. He's got that full forward spot sewn up in the reserves at the moment, but a couple more bags and he'll put his hand up again. But no, that's right. We've gone small in the forward line this week. So with our big forwards, Nick Dinham and Lucas Cook unavailable, it allows us to go a bit of a smaller forward line. So we'll change it up and see how the boys can adapt there.
I tell you, if you pick him, Coleman, I reckon he'll come out and he'll hit a bag in the seniors, and everyone will call it the Flowman pick, I reckon, because there's got to be an occasion where he makes the numbers, but we'll wait and see. Hey, look, on the serious side of it, though, you come up against a side in the Saints here who are right amongst that fifth place grouping of sides. Ararat and Horsham D's are the others. Now, they're on their home deck. You've got a couple of outs. This is a very seriously difficult match and a hard one to navigate for you blokes.
It is a very important one for us. Obviously, both teams coming off a couple of weeks off, so everyone will be raring to go and keen to crack in. It'll be sort of like the first game of the year again. Might be a bit scrappy, but yeah, Saints down there, they're always hard to beat. We've always had close games, and they've touched us up a couple of times. So they play their ground very well. They've got a couple of dangerous forwards, Jacob O'Byrne and Sam Klein as well, Mitch Martin. So they've definitely got some match winners, and we'll need to be playing our best if we can kick a winning score against their solid defence that they can put up at times. With the new coach David Johns in this year, they'll be fired up, ready to go.
I noticed that the great man, the coach, has come out of the half-back line and plonked himself in a forward pocket. Coleman Schache in a forward pocket. Are you looking to try and put some pressure on goal kicking? A bit concerned about maybe the small forward line. Is that one of the reasons why you're down there?
Oh, I can't get a kick at this stage this year, Flo, man. So I'm getting kicked out of the back line and trying to find a spot where I can slot into the team. So, yeah, hopefully you can kick a few goals this week would be nice.
Yeah, I tell you what, you might be like the Brisbane Lions coach and just coaching from the boundary line, mate, not on the field.
That's the next step, I'd say.
I reckon. Hey, talking about next steps, congratulations to you and Jess too. I believe that you're having a baby. That's great news, mate.
Yeah, no, it's exciting for us both and our family. So hopefully, some good, exciting times ahead. Thanks, Wayne.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, this is a really big one. I reckon Riley Cook in the ruck's going to be so important in this game in the middle. You've got, the nucleus of players around that centre square and Lou White, and I think Matt Bellinger coming off half-back. Clint Burdett gets plenty of it. Tyler Lehman will go in the middle at different times and yourself down in the middle too. In all seriousness, I don't think you'll play all the game in a forward pocket. So, and Ben McGee also coming in off of the interchange bench will be great for him. Hey, reserve grade, with those couple out, Horsham Saints might fancy themselves here. They might come along and give your blokes a bit of a touch up here.
Yeah, the Saints, they've got some good depth in their reserve, so the boys will have a job ahead of them, but it's just another step in their progress. A pretty young team we've got out in the park this week, so the boys have stepped up every week, so it's just another challenge for them, especially the 17-year-old boys. They've been playing some good footy in recent weeks with some senior players around them, and now with a few senior players out, I suppose. It's their turn to step up again, and we've still got a good core. So Tim Sanford comes back from injury; he'll be running around in the midfield, as well as Shifter Kennedy. He's in some good form at the moment. So still a good nucleus in there, and it'll be a good challenge for them.
I tell you what, it'd be a good challenge. I noticed too that the two wings are missing, which means you've gone to 16. Deck Brown goes back into a back pocket. He's a very, very good player and can run hard from there. And obviously you've got Billy Allen, who's been going well. They're one of the young lads up forward. And we haven't said much about the Fridge of late. What's happening with the Fridge? Has he been picked, or is he out of the side?
The Fridge has positioned himself. He's in the ruck this week, so that'll be a good challenge for him. Add another string to his bow. He's been playing forward a lot this week, and obviously with Bones unavailable to come up from Melbourne, he's going to have a crack in the ruck. So disappointed the Fridge was last week. I think it was the first week he didn't mention him on the radio, so he had to get his head up at training, but he's back at it and he's ready to go.
I tell you what, he's a sizable lad in the ruck too. Could go well there. And tell you, as you mentioned, Sanford's a good player back into your side, so really good reserve side. How does the kids look in the 14s? They've been really looking forward to getting back out there, and no doubt down at Coleman Park, it's going to be hard against Saints. They got the, I guess when you look at some of the players that have come out of the Saints, so we got AFL players up at Brisbane from that club. So it'd be hard going for your kids, but a real learning curve.
Yeah, no, it won't be through lack of endeavour or effort from these boys this week. Lewin's got them out in the track Tuesday and Thursday this week. So after a couple of weeks off, they were raring to go, and the boys wanted to do the 2 nights a week. So Lewin set it all up for them, and I think they had 17 on the track on Tuesday night, which is just nearly as much as the senior boys actually this week. So they're flying. They're just looking forward to getting back into it. So we've actually got young Jacob Hutchison. So he grew up here and they moved down to Ballarat. So obviously got the bye down there. So he's going to come back and fill the centre-half back role in. So he'll give them plenty of support down there. So looking forward to seeing how they go. It's unfortunate, obviously, with the restrictions at the moment. We can't get down and support those boys. We have to turn up at our elected times when we're playing. So hopefully they go all right, and there'll be plenty of support with Lewin and Dale around them for sure.
Yeah, it certainly will be, and it's great to see for the kids an opportunity to get out there and show what they've got. I did notice that Hudson McCredden has been picked in the Wimmera Mallee Under-15 V-Line Cup squad. A great effort from this lad. He's your ruck rover in the middle of the ground in this Under-14s. Well played from him.
It is. It's a terrific effort from Hutto, and unsurprising as well, as he's probably one of the most committed. He trains, despite being in the Under-14s, he trains with the seniors Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I reckon he would have probably nearly the highest attendance rate. He hardly missed a session, I don't reckon. So he's growing just rapidly. His footy is improving. So hopefully he gets a good run out in the V-Line Cup, and it was well deserved from him.
Absolutely. He joins from Japarut Rainbow, Lewis Cox, who is another one of the young stars of the Mallee region. Well, it's a massive week. It's going to be a very interesting one, unusual one in a lot of ways. And just in closing, to the McGee family, to Danny and also Kath, and to the kids and the loss of Dad Peter, who I have known over a number of years, our condolences and deepest sympathies to you, and to Ben, of course, playing in your senior side, Coleman. A big loss to your community. Everyone knows down at the fuel station, Peter, so a huge loss. Yeah,
it is. But no, I think you said it all well then, Wayne. They're a big part of the community, and we're definitely thinking of the family at the moment.
Absolutely will be. And thinking of everyone heading down, well, at least parents, one parent dropping the kids down, and everyone else, hopefully next week when footy is back on home deck. I think Beulah is up next, so looking forward, hopefully with crowds and everyone being able to get back and have a pie at the canteen and to come in for a meal after the game. Looking forward to that all coming back to normal. That really has been tough time the last 3 weeks for everybody.
Yeah, that's right. No, just on that, it's all the presidents and all the people that making the decisions around the footy club, the board. They've done a terrific job. I know their workload's increased dramatically over the last 2 weeks, working out whether they're playing, whether we're not, and then all the extra jobs to do now that we are playing. So, I'd like to say thanks on behalf of the players, all the work they've done to get us out in the park this weekend. We greatly appreciate it.